In 1965, Chevrolet totally dominated the automotive market in sales with the introduction of the 1965 Impala. We're going to take a few minutes to talk about how they did this. With sales over the 1 million mark, it was easy to see that Chevrolet obviously had an edge over the competition. 1,046,500 Impalas were sold in '65, with 243,114 Super Sports being sold. This is a record that was never achieved before this and has never been topped since then. The Impala model began in 1958 and became very popular. Its popularity continued throughout the 60s. Keeping with the standards of the times, the cars changed body styles every year and progressively became more and more boxy.
Chevrolet, the beautiful shape for 1965. The 1965 Chevrolet, each line clean, fresh, absolutely new. Chevrolet for 65, unmistakable, a completely new look time cannot wash away. See the beautiful shapes of Chevrolet for 1965 at your Chevrolet dealers now.
In 1965, Chevrolet redesigned the Impala and all full-size models completely from the ground up.
In the new jet smooth Chevrolet, you could almost say you're above it all.
This included a new frame that went down the perimeter of the car, and they got rid of the old X-frame which had been carried over from '58. The new design had a more fluid-like appearance, which some have compared to the shape of a Coke bottle. This new model quickly became popular, and the sales started to show it. The new car featured curved and frameless side windows. The triple round taillights, which had become a standard of the Impala, were back and more popular than ever. Aside from the new styling, Chevrolet offered many options which was very appealing to customers. Among these new options was 15 different paint colors, which could be combined in any combination on two-tone cars. "11 different colors were offered for interior, which included some with white seats and different colored carpets. Five different engines were offered in the 1965 full-size Chevrolet car lineup. These included the 6-cylinder, the 283, the 327. The 409 was only available in the beginning of the model year, and then they changed to the newly designed big block Chevrolet 396. Which became the golden standard for Chevy muscle cars for the next several years. Chevrolet offered 15 different body styles in 1965 in their full-size lineup. General Motors clearly dominated the American automotive market in 1965, with Chevrolet leading the pack. I believe one major factor that led up to Chevrolet dominating the automotive market was the fact that the competition had not kept up with the changing styles of the 1960s. Although Ford had redesigned the Galaxy for 1965, the boxy and awkward styling did not compare to the newly redesigned Impala, and the sales numbers showed it. Even with the introduction of the popular new Mustang, Ford still didn't keep up with Chevrolet in terms of sales. Although Chrysler was doing really well in terms of performance with their cars in '65, the appearance of their cars was really lacking. Some people might even question whether their designers were using the psychedelic drugs that were popular at this time. I believe when Chevrolet designed the 1965 Impala, they took some design cues from the 63 and 64 Corvette, such as the bulging rear quarter panel, which was also carried over from the 58 Impala. If you look at a lot of the muscle cars from the late 60s, it's obvious that they copied their designs from the 1965 Impala. The roofline is carried over on the many Chrysler cars in the late 60s. With the high sales numbers of the 65 and 66 Impala, it's easy to see why the other companies would try to mimic these designs and put them into their cars. So you could say that the 1965 Chevrolet Impala was industry changing in terms of design. So with all these factors that I've showed you, I think anyone could agree that these are the reasons that Chevrolet Impala dominated the car market in 1965 with over 1 million units sold. Please like and subscribe for more videos about 1965 Impalas and other cars that I'm working on. Thank you very much.